Well, you know the creep show of the election season is approaching fast. When Joe Biden's busy on the campaign trail sniffing kids. Is he talking to the poor girl or trying to eat her? Scarred for life. Mother's more concerned about getting a selfie. And that whiff of adrenochrome is too good to resist. When he's not trying to consume children like a mint choc chip ice cream on a hot day, Biden still insists on whispering something into their ear.
You're good. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you. You got it?
Mm-hmm. I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording. Not gonna film me?
What did he say? Woman who filmed the clip, I don't think he told him anything because I didn't hear him say anything. I think he just pretended to say something. Right, so Biden just pretended to say something so he could sniff the child. That's not creepy at all.
Don't tell mommy what I told you.
The optics look about as healthy as Biden's poll numbers, with Trump destroying him in swing states, and with huge numbers of voters saying Biden isn't mentally or physically fit enough to run for a second term. Now even CNN acknowledges that top Democrats and donors within the party are trying to find a replacement for Biden, with mass campaign emails sometimes bringing in a paltry few $1,000s. Those who are placing the calls to the prospective Democrat candidates are telling them that despite what 80-year-old Biden has said and despite launching his campaign, he actually will not run for president. Who are they going to replace him with? Kamala Harris? The woman who thinks you're so stupid she has to explain what the letters AI stand for.
AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence.
At least Biden's speeches are just awkward. Kamala's are downright creepy.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air.
Wait, what?
Reduce population.
Kamala, you're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population,
Wait.
more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
But while Harris is causing herself problems by going off script, Biden's still losing one-on-one battles with teleprompters.
Restore some pride. It matters. The lithium will power components like it's going to be being made in redwood mineral. Excuse me. Soon NATO will be the 32nd freestanding, have free 32.
Even reading website domain names is beyond him.
By the way, the program is still there. Anyway, you ought to contact us to make sure you know exactly how to qualify.
Despite top Dems planning to replace him, word on the street is that old Uncle Joe has already started his debate prep.
I got my...
But while Biden's reading skills continue to wane, let's talk about something that could really help yours. As you'll probably know, I'm an avid reader and a lot of that reading has informed these videos over the years. Which brings me to today's sponsor, Shortform. Shortform makes the world's best guides to non-fiction books. They're like book summaries on steroids, super detailed, enabling you to absorb more key information in less time, and also helping you to decide whether you actually want to go ahead and purchase the book itself. How many times have you bought a new book only to get bored of it after about 30 pages? Shortform helps you make far better choices before you make that investment. Discover new books you've heard of and always been curious about. For books you've already read, use Shortform to remember the key points. For example, Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. I mean, they call it 12, but if you've read it, you'll know there's a lot more than 12 things to remember. And that's where Shortform comes in really handy, providing super-powered summaries to freshen up your memory of the key concepts and takeaways from the book. Another thing I've found really helpful is Shortform's newest innovation, their browser extension. This generates high-quality summaries for anything online: blogs, articles, emails, YouTube videos, and more. Particularly useful if, like me, you're consuming a lot of news and video content every single day. It gives you the key ideas from the story in a fraction of the time. It's like a Shortform book guide, but for anything on the internet. New and existing paid premium users of Shortform gain full access to the extension and access to Shortform Form's high-quality non-fiction book guides. And it all costs a little less than a book per month. Not only that, but you can get a massive 25% discount for short form, which includes unlimited access to short form AI at my exclusive link shortform.com/PJW, or scan the QR code or click the link in the description box down below. Now back to the video. How are you going to run a successful re-election campaign when your candidate can barely walk or talk? When he's not getting lost?
America does. Go get him.
And here's Leo.
He's tripping up and falling over. When even Biden's most sycophantic legacy media apologists are bemoaning the fact that he doesn't have better carers, you know he's in big trouble.
Yeah, I think his staff needs to own his age. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think they do a good job helping out the president. And I'm not talking about it like, I'm just saying if you are managing a president's schedule and you are managing a president getting on stage and getting off stage and getting on planes and getting off planes, and yes, he's 80. You need to be there for him, and you need to make a pathway, and you sure as hell better make sure he doesn't fall on a sandbag.
Rumour has it Biden's still wandering aimlessly around MSNBC's production studios.
The ones that didn't vote for your bills but run on them.
That's right.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Nicole, I
much.
appreciate
It's great to have
it.
you. It's
Thank
great
you,
to have
thank
you.
you,
Thank you. Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction and analysis to everything we just heard from the president.
And I'm not making fun of the elderly. No one can stop the ravages of time. But do we seriously expect a man who looks like he doesn't even know where he is half the time to be leader of the free world for the next year alone, never mind the next 5 years? We also learned this week that according to Biden's aides themselves, the president is increasingly prone to angry outbursts towards his own staff. Biden has such a quick trigger temper that some aides try to avoid meeting alone with him. Some take a colleague almost as a shield against a solo blast. The president's admonitions include, "God damn it, how the fuck don't you know this? Don't fucking bullshit me. Get the fuck out of here." But don't worry, because we're assured that these manic tirades are just a sign that Biden respects them. Yeah, big cope, more like a sign of dementia. Meanwhile, the Secret Service has announced that the investigation into the cocaine found at the White House is over, with no culprit found because they don't want to interview anyone because it might infringe on their civil rights. Yes, they can identify anyone who was within a mile of the White House on J6, but they can't fingerprint a baggie.
And you can run it through a database. And this was found where high-level aides and staffers are. So most of them were fingerprinted at one time or another. So they very well may already know who it belongs to and aren't sharing it with us.
Gee, I wonder.
Are you serious? In the Biden White House, somebody left an 8-ball of cocaine in a public. I said to my wife, it's just not in character.
But will any of this even matter? Biden's miraculous performance in 2020, when he ran a presidential campaign from a basement and still somehow managed to get 15 million more votes than Barack Obama.
81 million votes, twice the population of New York City, more than Barack Obama. Joe Biden got 81 million votes.
Might give Democrats the impression that they could run a corpse and still win the election. Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.